Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is a Prince of Wands. Some Leo energy right now in your life. I wonder what that's all about. Let's put it into some context. This really could be your commitment to your creative work right now. Okay. Interesting. Now we've got these twos. Yeah. Okay. I think what we're trying to do, there is this creative energy in you right now, and I think you're really looking for kind of what to do next with it, or where to take it, or what is the meaning of all of this, right? See, now we've got more fire. Now we've got the Queen of Wands, Four of Cups. There's a Prince of Cups, and a lot of court cards now. So I wonder if this is a collaboration with someone. I feel like there are some other people involved here. Excuse my chest cold, my cough, my bronchitis, my voice, everything is kind of falling apart here. We're going to select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And see, we've got all of those fiery court cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's this water court card, kind of out of place, right? So I wonder if you kind of, I wonder if you're feeling out of place in some sort of group that you're in, right? Okay, here's mystery card. We're going to put Alien, Simon, Mork, Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments. All right, let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. Okay, first thing that we notice, what seems odd here? Well, no major arcana, right? So I feel like this is really a snapshot of your kind of your internal environment right now, right? We've got certainly fire. We've got water. We've got even some air. What we don't have is the earth. We have earth implied in the Four of Cups, in the Princess of Wands, and even in the Four of Wands, right? And the fours imply solidity and stability. And of course, the princess is the earthy aspect of the fire. So it is something that we're looking to implement. We're looking for what needs to change in the environment. We're trying to find a way to ground all of this energy. And really, I think what we're trying to do is sort out our thoughts and feelings and our creative impulses and figure out what the heck to do next, right? Because you've committed to something. I think it's something creative. Now, maybe this has to do with your work, job, career. Maybe this is something at school. Maybe this is something family related. Maybe it's romantic too. I don't know. Something artistic, something creative, right? Something that has been taking up most of your attention. And I feel like you're very committed, especially if it's something that kind of sparks your creativity. Something that gets you interested. You know, you really are focused on this, and I think you're very committed to it. I feel a lot of enthusiasm with you. I feel a lot of creativity. I also feel that there's some kind of internal friction. You know, I feel like kind of your heart and your mind are kind of wrestling with each other, and because it hits me as kind of a tightness in the chest. You know, and it's one of those things where it's almost a panic, you know? What do we do? What am I supposed to do next? And the Two of Swords here, I wonder if this is kind of a should I stay or should I go situation, Yeah. Because I have this weird feeling that you feel like the odd person out, and maybe this is a family gathering and you're kind of the black sheep of the family, maybe. You stand out for some reason from these other people. And it could be that you just have perhaps a deeper sensitivity. Maybe you've got this a different vision than kind of the group has, right? A different understanding of things. Because I feel, if everybody here is fire and you're water, that's a difficult thing, right? That's bound to cause a little bit of friction and turmoil in the group. So looking at this Five of Swords, I wonder if there has been some disagreements lately, if there's been some bickering, some arguing. Can't seem to really communicate very well. Yeah. And it almost feels like a chore. It almost feels like pulling teeth, right? It feels like a challenge every time you get together with this group. Again, it could be a work group, could be a religious group, could be a family group, friend group. It could be some kind of an artistic collaboration, could be your band, right? Whatever it is. I feel like right now you're kind of the odd one out. And there might be a fundamental difference, a fundamental disagreement. You kind of envision things going one way, and everybody else kind of wants things to go a certain way. It's almost there's too many chefs and not enough line cooks, We've got a Four of Wands up here at the top. I feel like the group of you is trying to finish something, trying to put together the album, right? But this is the difficulty, picking what tracks are going to go on the album, or if this is, let's say you're a solo artist or a writer or something like this, and all of these other fiery, it feels like they're fiery kind of the oppositional forces are trying to overrun your creative waters here, and it's almost like they're trying to tell you what you need to edit out of the book, or trying to censor your music, or trying to tell you need to make that song shorter, you need to make that chapter a little bit more upbeat, or whatever it is, right? And you're not on the same page. It's fire and water here. It's apples and oranges. It's going to be difficult to finalize something, to put the seal of approval on it and say, okay, ship it. Yeah. But I feel like this is what you do. You're a creative. You are you're someone that's the work you do, is creating something, and there has to be in the process of creation, it feels like there has to be an element of destruction too. We have to be able to create something and then let go of it, part with it, because we can't go on to the next creative thing, idea, inspiration. We can't get to our Princess of Wands, our next creative project, if we're stuck on this one, right? And so the tarot's not telling you what to do, but there's this implication here that we might be holding on too tight to whatever our position is here, and that's going to prevent us ultimately. I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong, but it might be preventing you from moving on to the next one because we're so stuck, we're so fixed on what we want in this current situation. See, this is the fixed fire. We're stuck in this project. Well, maybe the Four of Wands is saying, hey, just finish it up, wrap it up, put a bow on it, and send it. Maybe the Two of Swords here is saying, don't compromise your creative principles. Don't do that. But maybe we got to pick our battles a little bit. Maybe we need to rise above what feels like something that we're really you're fighting to the death, right? It's like, I'm going to die on this hill. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Maybe this is a situation where it's really not that important to you. Why are we hanging on? We're fighting so much with the font for the cover of the book or something, and it's just we won't budge on it. But we don't see that we're really interfering with ourselves here. It's not that big of an issue. The font, whatever font you want to put on there is fine, It's like me with my stupid thumbnails on this channel. I can't make a good thumbnail to save my life, right? Eventually, I have to just say, it's fine the way it is. Whatever font is on there, it's not a big deal, right? But sometimes we get stuck on that, and we think this is the most important part of my process here is picking this stupid font. You could tell it really bugs me, right? Eventually, we just have to let it go because it's preventing us from moving on with the important stuff coming next, right? And that's the Princess of Wands. This is now, we've got to move on to the next step. We either have to do the next creative project or the next thumbnail, or we have to, we have to edit the next video, whatever the process is for you. But there's something that is, I don't think it's really about that particular thing. I don't think it's about the font. I think it's just about the interaction between you and the other people. There's this need to just kind of to win over them. Yeah. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just kind of, we're picking the font. That's what we're going to fight about. But there's something else going on. Yeah. There's something else going on there. But let's not forget that this is a labor of love. Here's the Two of Cups underneath everything. This is your baby. This is your destiny. This is your purpose. This is your love. Right? Whether this is a work thing, a career, business, whether it's a family, a relationship, a romance, whether it's a creative project, whether it's your YouTube channel or your music album or your painting or your book, whatever it is, it's your baby. And let's tap into why we're doing this, right? Because this love that is kind of underneath it all, right now we're just feeling kind of frozen with it. We're not really feeling the love. Well, really, because there's fire and there's water. There's this opposition. We're not feeling a lot of love flowing. And that's what we really want. That's why we got into this business, right? Was to connect. That's Two of Cups. Right now, we're frozen. Four of Cups. Okay. So we're going to switch over to the path of the Serpent now. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Right? It's totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Okay, our audience is worldwide, and it really is wonderful to see that. I love all of you. Okay, now we've got the Queen of Wands, right? So our prince has matured now into a Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is water of fire, right? So now it's kind of like, I remember why I'm doing this to begin with. So now my attitude, my perception, my commitment, my enthusiasm, my zeal, my zest is now not channeled into this power struggle, but now it's channeled into this creativity. Now it really is about the work, it's about the art. The rest of this stuff, we're kind of picking and choosing our battles. It's okay to compromise on certain things. Forget about the font, right? What we want is to continue to create and connect. And that, I think, is where you and the other group here have kind of the same ideas. Yeah. So let's talk about the Four of Cups again. This is that frozen water that we see where it's just, we're so caught up in this. It's a petty argument, but it has deeper underlying causes, right? But what it's doing is preventing us from really enjoying and connecting with the work that we're doing, with your audience, with your friends, family, coworkers, whatever it is, right? It's preventing you from really connecting. It's coming off as this kind of, as cold and hard, frigid. But I think we're melting this water, right? I think we're allowing some of this heat now to to thaw this out. And we're remembering that it is about the connection. It's not about those little details, the font or the color of the book or the, I don't know, whatever. If it's a white page or an off-white or an eggshell or a cream-colored paper, who cares? It's paper. So I think we're connecting now with the reasons why we're doing this thing, what we really want to get out of it. The connection with others, the connection with ourselves, with our spirit, with our own creativity. Because now, with water and fire here are connected, right? So the reason behind it and the creativity itself now are connected, but this fire and water in this card also talk about the connection between the fiery people around you and your own water energy. So this is not only a connection within you, kind of an easing of this inner turmoil, but it's a connecting now with the people around you, whoever's involved here, the group, family, friends, whatever, right? The next card here is the Prince of Cups. It's in the position of what you don't want, because I feel like this is the feeling of being different, of being the black sheep, of being the outcast, right? Of being the odd one out here. Feeling almost out of place or feeling like you don't belong. And in the context of all these cards, yeah, this is the one that kind of looks like it doesn't really belong here, right? And that's what we don't want. We don't want to have that kind of fundamental difference between, between us and the group we're involved with, or even just the environment that we're in, is a feeling of being out of place. This is the feeling of not being authentic either, right? And this, I think, was the worry. That if you were to compromise on something like the font, that somehow you're not being authentic. Somehow you're not being in the creative, artistic control. That you're not being you, right? But you're not the font. You're not the color of the paper, right? You are the essence of this thing. Yeah, the essence of this thing. So I think it really is, this is a snapshot of this kind of inner turmoil that we're going through. And I think at the end of the day, we're getting back to business. We're getting back to our creation. We're getting back to whatever is coming next, because it's time really to put the finishing touches on this and ship it and start the next one, start the next project, the next book, the next chapter, even whatever this is that you're doing. I think that we're off to a running start here. And now with the Knight of Wands at the end, this is fire and fire. This is kind of like putting all of this turmoil behind us, and we're just lit up. We're just, you've got this enthusiasm and this zeal, and the thinking and the feeling are kind of not an issue, right? This is just pure fire, pure creation, pure creativity and inspiration. And I think this is that zone that you get into as an artist, where you're not thinking or feeling anything. It's just this magic, this spiritual experience, kind of being on fire here. And I think this is what you want to get back to, and this is what you are getting back to. Well, let's look at the mystery card, though. Let's see what maybe that'll be some earth energy, right? To show that we're kind of now, we're putting all of this into practice, and we're getting stuff accomplished, right? So I'm thinking earth energy. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments below. Maybe a 9 or a 10 of pentacles? Something. Let's see. A Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. We got a repeat here. So this is kind of, it has to be echoed, right? This has to be repeated again. Queen of Wands, get back in touch with why you're doing this. Are these little details, is this bickering, is this little petty power struggle or arguments, is this really worth it? What is underneath all of that? Remember why you're here. Remember the love that brought you to this work, this relationship, whatever it is. That's what is important, and that is the place from which you must then create, right? Queen of Wands. That's the most important thing for you right now is to get in touch, to remember to feel the feeling, why you're here, why you're doing this. Because that might give you a different perspective on this little bit of air energy here, and just say, why do I care so much about this stupid font? You know. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link that's either above or below in the video description. New readings for Pisces every Monday and Thursday, but I'm here every day. You can come back and see me again tomorrow, okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free, doesn't cost you anything, and leave some comments for me. I really love hearing from you. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.